I enjoy the story of Moses. Somehow it always calls to me. And it was very intriguing learning about it. Um, Moses' life was very well divided. It was divided into like 40 years, 40 years, and 40 years. So the first 40 years he lived in Egypt. Remember the story of Moses when he was in the Nile. He was found by the princess. He was raised with his family, but when he turned 12, he went to live with the princess, and he was trained by them. He lived with them. He was pretty much just one of the Egyptians until he realized, well, he knew he was from Israel, so he saw that they were treating the Israelites not very well. He got really angry, and so in a spur of a moment, because he was so angry with the Egyptian treating Israelites so messed up, right? Because they used to hit them, they used to do a lot of bad things because they were slaves. So he got really angry at the Egyptian. He actually ended up killing him. He was so ashamed and so worried of what he had done. He actually ran and he left everything that he had in Egypt and he went to a place called Midian. So in this place called Midian, he actually ended up meeting these people that were just simple people. You know, they just raised, they were shepherds, they raised sheep. They were just in the middle of just the desert. It wasn't anything fancy, and that's where he actually ended up building a family. He got married, and then that's where he lived another 40 years. So we had the first 40 years in Egypt, then we had the other 40 years in Midian, and then the next 40 years is the story that we all know, right? With the plagues and the Egyptians leaving the Red Sea and everything that happened afterwards. So his life was really well divided into 40 years. And so we were learning a little bit more in detail about his life. And I just think it's really interesting because there's a couple of verses. We have been reading it really in depth. And there's some verses that really intrigued me when I was reading this. I'll get your questions at the end, okay? And so when God called Moses, he called him when he was in Midian. So after he had escaped, he had lived there for 40 years, and then God called him to release the people from Israel. And he says to Moses, Moses, I called you, and all these things. And then Moses says to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt? So he's saying, who am I to be this leader that you called to be to get the Israelites out of Egypt? But the crazy thing to me is that he was raised to be a leader. He was raised with the Egyptians. He was raised with the princess and with the king. He was raised to go for battle. He was raised to do all these things. But he would have been ready then, right? You would think that would be the moment that God would have been like, okay, Moses, you are ready. You are a warrior. You are the prince. Let's go, right? Let's take those Israelites. But God, when God called Moses, is after he had lived in the desert, after he had done all those things. And I think that God's plan wasn't for Moses to live in Midian 40 years for so long, but he had made a mistake, right, of killing the Egyptian and gone through that moment. But God used those 40 years that Moses was in the desert because now he was a different person. So Moses, maybe in the beginning when he was in Egypt, he was super confident of all the things that he knows. He was confident and saying, oh, you know what? I'm a warrior. I am a leader. I'm the prince. I am awesome. But then after those 40 years happened, and he lived in Midian, and he was fishing, and he was just doing simple things. When God called him to be a leader and a warrior and all the things that he used to know how to do, he was like, oh, no, wait. I can't do this. Who am I to be doing all these things that you call me to do? I don't know how to do this. So it's really interesting because God could have used him, right, when he was all powerful and he was all strong, he was almighty. But God wanted Moses when he felt like, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. And God called him and said, Moses, it's not you, it's me. I'm the one that's going to put the words in your mouth to talk to Pharaoh. I'm the one that's going to take the Israelites out of Egypt. I'm the one that's going to do everything. So a lot of times we go to school, right? A lot of times we are called by God to do things, and we feel confident. We're like, oh, I can study for my test. I can do all these things. I'm smart. I can maybe play sports really well, or maybe I can do all these things, and we're confident, and we are so happy on our own achievements. And then there's moments where it's backwards, right? We try and we try and we try really hard, but there's always people that are better than us. There's always people that maybe always succeed, and we try to compare ourselves to others. And we're like, oh, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. And we're like Moses maybe after the 40 years. Or maybe we're like Moses when he was in Egypt, right? But the problem is that God wants us to be humble and realize that it's not because of our own abilities, but because of Him. And the moment where Moses was the weakest, the moment where he was like, oh, I can't do this, God, like I myself are not able to do this, that's when God used him the most. God didn't use him when he was, confident. He used him when he didn't know what to do. And it's pretty interesting because a lot of times we are the same way, right? We look at our lives and we're like, oh, I achieved all these things. I work so hard. I do all these things. I study and I do everything that I want to do. And maybe later on you'll achieve a lot of things that you want to achieve. But a lot of times we look at our lives and we want more, and we want more, and we want more. And we keep achieving these things, but we're never happy. And it's because we always focus on our own abilities and in ourselves. And we forget that the reason that we are able to do all these things is because of God. Because He's the one that gives us the abilities to do all these things. He's the one that we should give the glory to. And we should humble ourselves just like Moses did at the end, where he was like, okay, maybe I try really, really hard and there's some things that I can't get right. But I'm never going to be happy if I don't realize that because of God, I am able to do these things. And I want to show you something that's really interesting to me. There's this one verse where he says, pardon your servant. It's in Exodus. And it says, pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue, which means I don't speak very well. I can't be a leader, because what does the leaders do most?
Talk.
Right, they talk. They talk a lot. And he's saying, wait, I'm not good at talking. I can't talk. And you're telling me to convince people? I can't do that. And then there's another verse right after he goes to the Israelites, the people that he's talking to. He's like, oh, Lord's going to do this. Lord's going to do that. And then when he goes to God, he says, oh, wait, how am I supposed to talk to Pharaoh if the Israelites don't even listen to me? Like, the Israelites are not listening to me. How is Pharaoh even going to listen to me? So you can see here that Moses wasn't very confident on his abilities. But then God was saying, hey, you don't have to be confident in your abilities because I'm the one that's going to do everything for you. And you shouldn't be confident in yourself. You should be confident in me. And so when we look at ourselves, we shouldn't look at other things that we can do. We should look at the things that God can do through us. And so it is very important, I'm not saying it's not important, to work hard. It's very important to do all the things that we do. But it's also very important to look at our abilities and realize that all the things that we do, and all the hard work, and all the accomplishments that we do through life is because God is by our side. Because there's a lot of things that we can reach in life, but if we don't focus on what's really important, we're never truly going to be happy. Because in this world, you're always going to want more. Things always come that you will want. People are always going to be better than you or lesser than you, but comparing yourself will never bring happiness. What brings actual happiness is not our own abilities, but be able to trust in God.
Amen.
Okay, so I want us to actually have a silent prayer and to just be able to tell God in a small amount of words that we want to trust in Him and that we want to put our confidence in Him. Okay? Lord, we are so thankful that you have given us so many abilities, but we just want to ask you, Lord, that you're able to help us not just be confident in who we are, but be confident in you, that you are the one that gives us the abilities, you are the one that gives us the strength to keep going, you are the one that is in control of our lives, and that everything that we do might be guided by you. In your name we pray. Amen.